Have you ever wondered why the woman who once couldn't keep her hands off you now barely seems interested in sex? This is more common than you think, and it's not because she stopped loving you. What if I told you that the very safety and comfort you built together, the thing meant to protect your love, might actually be what's quietly killing her desire? It sounds strange, right? But there's a hidden truth that most couples never uncover. A truth that can either reignite the fire or let it fade into silence forever. There's a secret most people don't talk about, a psychological and emotional force that deeply influences female desire. It's not just about sex, it's about polarity, mystery, emotional charge, and the unconscious need for tension between opposites. Desire, especially for women, often lives in the space between certainty and danger, between closeness and freedom. And when a relationship becomes too safe, something unexpected can happen. The fire dims. But why? Why does the very thing that's supposed to make her feel loved, make her stop wanting? Could it be that security and stability, while essential for emotional bonding, neutralize the sexual polarity? What role does novelty, tension, and emotional distance play in keeping desire alive? Is it possible that modern relationships are killing passion in the name of safety? These are the questions we're going to unravel in the next few minutes, and by the end of this video, you'll understand a part of the female mind that even she may not be fully aware of. In this video, you're going to discover the number one reason why female libido often drops in long-term relationships, the hidden psychology behind female desire and emotional safety, the paradox of intimacy versus eroticism, and how to bring back the spark. And most importantly, how to become the man who reawakens her longing. So if you're in a relationship where things have gone cold, or if you simply want to understand women on a deeper, more intimate level, then keep watching, because what you're about to learn could change the way you love forever. Let me tell you the story of David. David was the kind of man every woman dreams of, loyal, kind, supportive. When he met Laura, their chemistry was electric. They couldn't keep their hands off each other. Late nights, stolen kisses, that hunger, that fire. But something shifted. 2 years into the relationship, things changed. They still loved each other deeply, but the intimacy began to fade. Laura stopped initiating. She seemed tired, distracted, not in the mood, more often than not. David, confused and quietly hurt, began to wonder, is she still attracted to me? Did I do something wrong? He didn't realize it at the time, but what Laura craved wasn't more safety. It was aliveness, the emotional edge, that sense of masculine presence that made her feel like a woman, not just a partner. And the truth hit him like a lightning bolt. He had become so focused on being her rock that he forgot how to be her fire. David started learning about feminine polarity and the secret language of desire. He stopped playing it so safe. He reconnected with his masculine edge, not by being aggressive but by being deeply present, confident, unpredictable. He planned a spontaneous weekend away. No warnings, no schedules. He reawakened mystery. He began leading again. And for the first time in months, Laura looked at him with that look, the one he thought he'd lost forever. Act physically. They rediscovered a part of themselves they didn't know they were missing. If you've ever felt that silent drift happening in your relationship, if you want to understand why the woman who once desired you deeply may now feel distant, and if you're ready to become the kind of man who awakens her again, check the description below. I've linked a powerful resource that breaks down everything we talked about, plus practical steps you can take starting tonight. Because passion doesn't die, it just needs to be reawakened, and when you learn how, she'll feel it, and she'll remember why she chose you. At the core of female desire is one word, polarity. The dance between masculine and feminine energy. In the early stages of a relationship, polarity is intense. There's mystery, uncertainty, passion. But as the relationship settles into comfort and routine, which is beautiful and necessary for emotional bonding, the erotic charge often dissolves. Why? Because the brain craves novelty for sexual stimulation, and what once felt exciting now feels familiar. But here's the twist. While emotional closeness deepens over time, female desire often thrives not in closeness, but in space. Space to yearn, to imagine, to crave. The number one reason her libido drops isn't lack of love, it's the loss of psychological space and masculine tension. Let's get something straight. Women need safety to open sexually, but safety alone isn't enough to sustain desire. Emotional safety creates trust. Trust allows vulnerability. But if the relationship becomes too predictable, too routine, too emotionally flat, desire gets muted. This is the paradox. The man who makes her feel safe is often not the man who turns her on, unless he learns to master both energies. Women are psychologically wired to respond to presence, intensity, and emotional depth, not logic or obligation. The feminine doesn't desire consistency. She desires aliveness. Movement, emotion, risk, in a controlled, conscious container. When a man becomes too available, too passive, or seeks approval constantly, it signals to her nervous system. This is emotionally safe, but not sexually compelling. Intimacy says, I see all of you, I accept you. Eroticism says, there's something about you I can never fully grasp, I want to devour you. Both are important, but they operate on opposite psychological frequencies. Famous psychotherapist Esther Perel explains, we want our partner to be safe and predictable, and also dangerous and exciting. That contradiction kills modern desire. To bring back the spark, couples need to reclaim mystery and play inside the container of commitment. This doesn't mean manipulation or games, it means being less available sometimes, showing up with unexpected energy, creating tension, teasing, chasing, even within a long-term bond. Exploring roles, fantasies, and emotional edges safely. Desire needs oxygen, and oxygen comes from space, unpredictability, and emotional charge. You don't need to become someone else. You need to return to the version of yourself that made her melt, that man who led with confidence, who had purpose, who made her feel like a woman. Here's how. Lead, don't follow. Initiate, plan. Take control in loving ways, even small things like picking the restaurant or taking her hand with direction. Create contrast. Be grounded, calm, focused, but occasionally wild, playful, or unpredictable. Speak her body's language, use presence over pressure, eye contact over words, stillness over noise. Own your masculine edge, purpose, direction, passion. When you're lit from within, she feels it. When a man steps into his depth, the feminine awakens in his presence. She doesn't just want comfort, she wants to feel your fire, your mystery, your power, and when you learn to embody that, consistently, she won't just want you again, she'll crave you. If this is resonating deeply, check the description below. There's a free guide or video link there that goes even deeper into how masculine polarity reactivates female desire. You'll discover tools you can use tonight to start changing the dynamic in your relationship, without begging, pushing, or chasing. Because she doesn't want to be convinced, she wants to feel you.